Hey, what's good everybody? It's your boy, Seethruthescript here, back with another video, and today we're diving into the world of one of the top hip-hop producers of the last decade, popularly known as Metro Boomin. From an unknown producer to 3 Grammy nominations and working with hip-hop notables from Drake, Future, Travis Scott, 21 Savage, and more, Metro Boomin has certainly made his mark in the game. Like many of my other videos, we explore the numerical coding that lies behind events that occur in celebrities' lives and how there seems to be some ritualistic coding behind them. Typically when I make these videos, I'm usually talking about a rapper, singer, or actor. However, in this instance, this producer appears to have opened one of the doors to success and embraced that Faustian bargain. So without further ado, let's get into it. It all started in St. Louis, Missouri on September 16, 1993. Metro Boomin, born Leland Tyler Wayne, emerged into a world full of rhythm and potential. Born to Lamont and Leslie Wayne, with roots originally stemming from Atlanta, Georgia, Metro grew up with his 4 siblings. However, things in his early life took an unexpected turn when, in the 3rd grade, his parents decided to go their separate ways, leaving Metro in the care of his mother, Leslie Joanne Wayne. Metro's passion for music ignited at the age of 7 when he was introduced to the sounds of the now legendary rapper from St. Louis, Missouri, Nelly. It was Nelly's platinum-selling debut album, Country Grammar, that served as one of Metro's earliest inspirations, in addition to all of the music his mother would play around the house, of course, from MC Lyte, Faith Hill, Ice Cube, and more. Despite all the music he'd heard at the young age of 7, the hometown hero Nelly really won him over, so much so that he wanted to begin making his own music. Now, Metro's mom, Leslie, was a hard-working woman and instilled the same values in Leland, aka Metro. She, like most parents, wanted him to at least start thinking about his future as he was getting closer to high school. With many options to choose from, Metro chose none other than the title of a producer. By the age of 13, his mom had purchased his first MIDI keyboard and good old Fruity Loops so he could really kickstart his producing journey. Despite not knowing much about music theory and production, Metro was committed to the grind at all costs. He made a promise to himself to avoid the typical high school distractions of parties, drinking, hanging with friends to pursue his music. Metro would spend time scouring Wikipedia for the credits of his favorite albums in hopes of finding names and emails of fellow producers and A&Rs. Hoping they would see his relentless tweets, he would also put out beats online and even for free to rappers in Missouri with the hopes of spreading his name. Eventually, Metro would catch the attention of buzzing Atlanta rapper OJ the Juice Man, who would end up inviting Metro down to an Atlanta studio to collab. This led Metro and his mom on a 9-hour drive for his first chance to collab with a notable artist in the scene. And with things going pretty well, Metro kept getting invited back to work, leading to his mother taking him back and forth to further help his chances at making his dreams come true. Despite grinding relentlessly with producing, his mom didn't play when it came to his education and made sure that by Monday, he was back in class and maintaining his honor roll grades. While hanging out with OJ the Juice Man, Metro adopted his full stage name, Metro Boomin, inspired by St. Louis's Metro Link and OJ's usage of the phrase, "I'm boomin'." These elements seamlessly merged to create his distinctive moniker. Fast forward to 2012, and Metro got accepted to Morehouse University, a prestigious Atlanta HBCU. Being in Atlanta for school definitely made it easier to connect with more artists in the local scene, but he still wanted to juggle his education. However, during his freshman year at just 18 years old, he couldn't deny his own momentum as his collab with the rapper Future on the song Karate Chop was a huge hit. Around this time, Metro was spending as much time in the studio as he did in class. With the production thing starting to really take off, he was hit with the pressure of choosing a path in life, whether it be music or a more traditional route. Popular Atlanta producer Sonny Digital, who was a big helping hand in Metro's career, urged him to give producing his all. But knowing if he dropped out of school, not only would his mom be pissed, but he'd basically be homeless. But thankfully, Sonny Digital believed in him so much that he offered him a place to stay as long as he needed. At this stage in his life, it was official, and he was now a full-time producer. With more time on his hands than ever, he got active with the collabs and began to form his sound. After his success with the rapper Future, the two would end up collabing pretty frequently, leading to his first infamous producer tag.
Hey, young Metro, don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
By 2013, Metro released his debut mixtape titled 19 and Boomin', with features from none other than Future, Gucci Mane, Young Thug, and many more. This tape definitely set the tone for Metro and had tons of other artists wanting to hop on his beats. Thankfully, his connection to Future gave him the ability to produce for the biggest rapper in the game, none other than Drake. Around this time, Future and Drake were working on their collab mixtape What a Time to Be Alive, released in 2015, produced largely by Metro himself. So from dropping out of a prestigious college to producing for hip-hop heavyweights, Metro was truly on a high note. With the following years only getting better for him, he decided to make things even more official, and on June 26th of 2017, he launched his newly formed record label, Boominati Worldwide, in partnership with Republic Records and Universal Music Group. So with a team of elite Atlanta trap producers and connections to the biggest artists, things could only continue to go up. In 2018, Metro released his debut studio album under his own label's imprint titled Not All Heroes Wear Capes, with notable singles such as Space Cadet featuring Gunna and No Complaints with Drake and Offset. With over 8 years in the game, it was seriously starting to feel like Metro Boomin couldn't miss at this point. By 2020, Metro Boomin released his second follow-up collab project with Atlanta's 21 Savage, titled Savage Mode 2, narrated by the legendary Morgan Freeman. Then fast forward to the year 2022, the world was finally beginning to open up again, and artists were ready to hit the stage, and things were really looking good for Metro as he landed more production credits on Gunna's third studio album, which did crazy streaming numbers, dropping at the start of the year. So as the year went by working away in the studio, Metro would eventually get some of the worst news of his life.
TMZ is reporting the mother of a St. Louis producer and rapper is dead after an apparent murder-suicide in Atlanta. Leland Wayne, known as Metro Boomin, thanked his mother for his entry into the music business. Fox 2's Patrick Clark talks with a former classmate of Leslie Joanne Wayne about her loss to the community and the young entertainer.
St. Louis producer and rapper Leland Wayne, known as Metro Boomin, credits his mother Leslie Joanne Wayne with his music career success. Her life was taken Friday in Atlanta, according to TMZ, at the hands of her husband, who took his own life thereafter.
As you just heard from that clip, Metro Boomin's mother was brutally shot and killed by her own husband, who went on to take his own life right after. This man wasn't Metro's biological father, and the media didn't ever release his name to the public. This tragic news sent shockwaves, with many of Metro's frequent collaborators sending their condolences to the 28-year-old producer. Now, considering the nature of this story, my focus naturally shifts to what the artist was up to before and after the event. I take a closer look, keeping an eye out for any interesting signs of occult symbolism in their expressions or ritualistic themes in their music and imagery. Many of you new to this channel are probably wondering why I'm even diving into this, and well, it's because I believe these things often suggest a classic Faustian bargain. The pact whereby an individual exchanges something of profound moral or spiritual significance, like personal values or the soul, in return for worldly or material gains, such as knowledge, power, or wealth. So using the Kabbalistic practice of English gematria, which involves coding letters into numbers, resulting in numerical values tied to words and phrases, in conjunction with the date numerology, we'll explore whether Metro Boomin's mother died of a freak accident or if it was yet again another ritualistic sacrifice for fame and fortune. For those that think this is just completely absurd, many speculated Kanye West's mother was his first major sacrifice for his career, only for him to bring it up years later in an interview and practically admit to this.
You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody, so let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. It's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm appreciative.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son.
And we also got the wild story of the singer Jennifer Hudson, which I strongly recommend you watch my video on that right after this one. But without further ado, let's talk numbers. Alright, so first things first, we know that the story is that Metro's mother was a victim of a brutal murder-suicide. Notice that Metro Boomin equates to 139, which is the 34th prime number. This matches with the words mother and murder in the full reduction cipher. This is where you reduce every double-digit number to its singular or purest form. As you can also see, mother and murder have a 3-for-3 match in the base ciphers. So his mother's first name is Leslie, which equates to 62 like the word sacrifice in the phrase Faustian bargain, which I suspect his mother was for his career, and I'll do my best to make my point clear by the end of this video. As previously mentioned, we go beyond mere numerical analysis and dive into symbolism these artists associate themselves with. While many casual fans might swiftly categorize it as art or mere trolling, let's face the reality, the so-called conspiracy community is relatively small. Therefore, why would artists go out of their way to troll such a limited audience? Moreover, a significant number of these celebrities consistently represent similar imagery. At some conjuncture, one must employ their discernment and recognize that these actions are intentional. It's nothing short of deliberate programming. Now, I previously mentioned how Metro launched his own label approximately 5 years ago. As I stated earlier, we employ date numerology to examine if there's any trace of numerical coding associated with significant milestones in the producer's career. To no surprise, from the day Metro went public with his label Boominati Worldwide, clearly playing off the term Illuminati, to his mother's tragic death was a span of 257 weeks. It's worth noting that the phrase blood sacrifice equates to 257. So I also noticed that his mom died on June 3rd, which leaves 211 days in the year. This matches the value of Metro's label name, Boominati Worldwide, in the ordinal cipher. And 211 is the 47th prime number, and she was murdered, which equals 47. Upon calculating from his mother's death to what would have been his 29th birthday, recall that mother equals 29, it amounted to a span of 105 days. It's worth noting that the term Order of Illuminati, the name that the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt changed it to, equates to 105. This connection is significant given that the name of Metro's label is Boominati Worldwide, clearly playing off the name and symbolism of the secret society. Moving on, as the reports detailed, his mother died on a Friday night, which matches with the phrase blood sacrifice and human sacrifice. I also spotted that his mother's first and last name alone, excluding her middle name, equates to 130, like the phrase human sacrifice. So I mean, we're really starting to see a pattern here. Then you could see that June 3rd, the date that she was killed, was the 154th day of the year. Note the phrase ritual sacrifice equates to 154. Again, more sacrifice coding surrounding his mother's bizarre death. It's also worth mentioning how the color red is often used to signify a sacrifice, the color of blood, and I found it interesting that the main photos that were used in the media of his mother were her in a red dress and in a red jacket. I'm sure there are tons of other photos that they could have used, but of course it's likely by design. And I'm not saying that every news report used those photos, but a lot of the main ones did. Alright, so carrying on, within numerology, it's widely known that the number 9 represents completion and finality, and you could see that his mom died on a date with 9 numerology, 6 plus 3, and her full name equals 90, and most of you know by now that zeros are null in numerology, leaving us with the number 9. Here you could see that her full name equates to the number 270, like the number 27, matching the word ritual. I think it's pretty clear at this point why I'm sharing that. Another thing I found interesting was that his mother's birthday was on December 29th, meaning she technically died 209 days before her upcoming birthday. Remember, mother equates to 29 in the reverse reduction cipher, and plus Metro was turning 29 years old the same year his mother died. Now, Metro of course is a producer, but not your average producer, but one who's worked with the top artists in the game and continues to do so. So note that producer, sacrifice, and June 3rd written as such all equate to 46 in the same cipher. At this point, I've probably said the word sacrifice like 50 plus times, but there's obviously a building pattern to this story. Now, months after his mother died, Metro would go on to release his sophomore album titled Heroes and Villains, with a very interesting cover art and album rollout. Accompanying the album was a short film that released days before, narrated by Morgan Freeman, starring Young Thug, Gunna, Lakeith Stanfield, And in this short film, set in the dystopian city of Metropolis, Lakeith plays the villain while Metro assumes the role of a hero, overseeing the city from his all-seeing eye pyramid. It's at this conjuncture that Morgan Freeman approaches him, presenting an ultimatum. As Metro observes the city in complete chaos, he's confronted with the decision to either let it burn or step up. As the two walk towards the glass frame, Morgan Freeman reminds Metro of all that he's achieved, emphasizing that technically he could stop right there, already cemented as a legend. However, he stresses that being a hero involves more than just the accolades. It's about choosing to risk everything for the people. Faced with a moral dilemma, Metro has to decide between giving it all up or taking it to the next level. Morgan Freeman poses the question saying, quote, "We all know the city loves its legends, but tonight, they need a hero. Which one do you want to be?" Within the glowing glass frame is an all-seeing eye pyramid chain. Metro takes a brief moment to think and reflect on what Morgan Freeman has just said, proceeding to break the glass structure and put on the chain, transforming into the hero that the city needs to save it from destruction. Now, from my perspective, this could be interpreted as Metro realizing what he's had to do to achieve the fame that he has. No, I'm not discrediting him or his talent as a producer, but rather the choices he's had to make, from aligning himself with occult imagery to the numerical coding behind his mother's bizarre death. It just seems a little too familiar. Like, I believe when Morgan Freeman tells him that being a hero is about giving it all up for the people, it's like a metaphor for his fame. He wanted to be a producer so badly, and now that he's finally here, it comes at a cost. In exchange for rocking crowds and accumulating wealth, he had to give something up. Now, transitioning to the album cover, it's what, in my opinion, reveals everything. Essentially, he's shaking hands with the dark side, taking the oath, displaying his good and evil side, his yin and yang, or in his case, inner hero and villain. He made the pact, and he clearly wants to ensure his name stands the test of time, and in turn, it very likely might have cost him his own mother in the process. Here you could observe that Metro released his most popular album 77 days from his birthday. The album cover strikingly resembles a handshake, or rather a deal with the devil, a phrase that happens to equal 77 in the most pure cipher. Once more, the scenario of a celebrity losing someone close to them during their ascent to stardom is nothing out of the ordinary. Whether it's an actor, athlete, singer, rapper, or producer, it appears that within the realms of fame, one must be ready to sacrifice what's most important to earn their keep. Now, at the time of this recording in 2023, with days left until the new year, we truly don't know what we have in store for the world, let alone Metro Boomin's career. However, I can say that he's been nominated for a Grammy at the upcoming 66th award show on February 4th of 2024. He's up for Best Rap Album with Heroes and Villains, and Producer of the Year, non-classical category, so I guess time will tell if his Faustian bargain pays off. But that's gonna wrap it up for now, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and my condolences go out to Metro Boomin for the loss of his mother. Regardless of the circumstances, no person deserves to lose a parent in such way. I appreciate those that stuck around and watched the whole thing. By now you guys know the drill. Be sure to drop your boy a comment and let me know what I might have missed. Be sure to smash the hell out of the like button as well, share the video, and most importantly, subscribe, man. Remember, all of those things are free to do. It's been your boy Script, and I'm out of here. Peace. Peace. Peace.